Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ying and I'm currently a data scientist working in the Bay Area. So ever since I posted my last video on how to become a millionaire, one of the questions I received a lot is around Roth IRA and how to set it up. So in today's video, I'm gonna do an in-depth review on what Roth IRA is and a step-by-step guide showing you how to set it up online in less than 5 minutes. So if you are a high income earner and wanted to still contribute to the Roth IRA by leveraging this legal tax loophole, make sure you watch it till the end of the video. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy it and subscribe to my channel where I will show you how to use data to better manage your money, investment, and personal finance. So RIA stands for Individual Retirement Account. And the Roth IRA, unlike the traditional IRA, has an income limit of $137,000 per year if you're single or $206,000 if you're married and filing jointly. So the trick here is to first contribute to a traditional IRA which doesn't have an income limit, and then convert money from your traditional IRA to a Roth IRA, hence the Backdoor Roth conversion method. And there are tons of benefit of contributing to a Roth IRA, which I already talked about in my previous video. I'll link it in the card right here, as well as inside my description box. So make sure you go check it out. Now, if you understood what Roth IRA is, let me show you guys how to set it up online, step by step via the Charles Schwab brokerage platform. And I'll make sure I put up some screenshots down in my description box so you can check it out how to set it up with other brokers including Vanguard and Fidelity. So right now I'm on the Charles Schwab website. To set up the Roth IRA, you need to first open up a traditional IRA account and the Roth IRA account by going to the product section and individual IRAs. And then here, start. Open a traditional IRA. Here is where you put your personal information. And after you follow through the rest of the account setup, you would go back. So click on Roth IRA and then do the exact account setup. Once you've opened up both of these accounts, the next step is to contribute to your traditional IRA. So to do that, you go to Accounts and Online Transfer. So here is where you pick which account you transfer from original account to your destination account. So in this case, let's say I have money in my individual brokerage. The contributory is actually the traditional IRA that Charles Schwab calls it. And I will put in the cash amount. So $6,000 is the contribution limit for 2020. And to check the contribution limit, you can click on this link where it tells you what's the current IRS contribution. If you are age 50 or older, you can contribute up to $7,000. So I would suggest you guys to contribute to the max amount if you can. And then here is your contribution year. So once you click on it and click continue. So after you've done the contribution, the next step is to convert from your traditional IRA to the Roth IRA. What you have to do is go to the retirement tab. And then there's a Roth IRA conversion. And then you do step-by-step guide to Roth conversion. And then the online converter tool. You can also just search it via the Charles Schwab search bar. So here what you want to do is you want to select your contributory account, which is the traditional IRA. So currently I already did my contribution, so I don't have any money sitting in this account. but just to show you guys what it could look like, going from contributory to the Roth IRA, and then you put in your tax amount, $6,000, and then your conversion type is full conversion. So if you continue the next page, because the Roth IRA is already after tax, the next page will ask you for any state or federal tax withholding. So I will just put that as opt-in for no withholding because you already have paid tax on it. So something to watch out for is it might take a couple of days for the funds to settle before you can do the conversion, but I would recommend you guys to do it ASAP, as soon as the money becomes available, because if you leave the money in the traditional IRA for too long, it might incur some tax complications. So after you have successfully converted your money from traditional IRA to Roth IRA, the very next step you need to do is invest it right away. You don't want cash sitting there and not making you any interest or investment income. So a simple solution is to opt in for Charles Schwab's target date retirement fund. So here are a couple of options. Expense ratio is fairly low, 0.08%. And then let's just look at this target date 2055 index fund. And then you can take a look at the portfolio, the allocation. Right now, because you're still far away from retirement, so the current setup is fairly aggressive. Stock bond split is probably 90 to 10. So in my opinion, this is a pretty good hands-off option if you don't want to worry about rebalancing yourself. Just leave it in a target date and it will manage for you. Now, congratulations, you've successfully set up your Roth IRA. Don't forget, when the tax season comes around, you have to submit a form called the 8606. This is extremely important because if you don't do it, you will be double taxed. So one thing you have to watch out for is when you're filling out the form 8606, and make sure you have no money in the traditional IRA, SEP IRA, because if you do, it will trigger Pro-rata Rule, which will screw you up because IRS will blend the traditional IRA with your Roth IRA. And to avoid that, you can simply convert your traditional IRA to your Roth IRA if you don't have a big amount, or roll it over to an employer 401k plan. And if you are self-employed, you can also open an individual 401k. So even though the IRS actually allows you to contribute to the Roth IRA till tax season or April next year, but I would actually recommend you guys to do the contribution within the calendar year. I've actually found a really good explanation online, so I'll make sure I link it inside the description box. But generally speaking, I would consult your CPA or your tax advisor to help you fill out this 8606 properly. If you haven't already owned a Roth IRA, I would strongly encourage you guys to follow the instruction I've listed in this tutorial and set up one as soon as possible, because there are so many great benefits of owning this account. Not to mention that in order to do the early withdrawal on your principal, you need to own the account for at least 5 years. So the earlier you set up, the earlier you can withdraw if you would like to. Now, as I've explained, the Roth IRA has a contribution limit of $6,000 a year. But what if you are extremely ambitious and you want to find a way to contribute much more than $6,000? There's actually an even bigger tax loophole that will allow you to contribute up to 5 times of the IRA contribution limit. So if you're interested, then make sure you stay tuned and check out my next video where I explain how exactly Mega Backdoor works and how to set it up. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have found this video helpful to you. Make sure you give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and subscribe to this channel. I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye.